we decided to do something different, something which you don't normally do every year on Africa Day. We decided to, cross over to Zimbabwe. Our good friends at Star FM are on standby. Hi, Big Candy. How are you?
Hey, Gaone. How you doing? How's Botswana? Dumela.
Okay, I forgot what I'm supposed to say in Shona.
You're supposed to say Oribo. I think we had a choice of 3.
Oh my God, Oribo. Oribo, Vikendi. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. And how do I say I'm good? I know to say Dumela, but then how do I say I'm good in Setswana?
You say ke tsogile.
You say
okay. If I say Dumela Vikendi, you say Dumela Liteng, you ask me Liteng, and then I say ke tsogile.
Oh, I'm really loving this, Zimbabwe meets Botswana. Let me also introduce you to my listeners here, Gaone. If you're just tuning in, it is Star FM, sounding good all the time. And we are live on the line with Gaone of Gabz FM Botswana, the mid-morning delight. How's the delight going?
It's not so delightful. It's very cold this side.
Oh, is it? It's quite sunny in Zimbabwe, yeah.
Vikendi?
Yes.
All right. I almost lost you there for a second. I was saying it's very cold in Gabz City, and Gaborone is very cold. But you know what? We cannot complain about the weather because tomorrow is Africa Day. And just for somebody who just tuned in, as excited as I am to be talking to our colleagues all the way in Zimbabwe, what is it that we should know about Zimbabwe, Vikendi? I mean, I was in Victoria Falls. Does that count as being Zimbabwe?
Oh, that's very Zimbabwe. Like Victoria Falls, the smoke that thunders, Mosia Tunya, that's as Zimbabwean as it gets, okay? So first of all, you should know Vic Falls, and that's ours. And of course, Zimbabwe, I think, has the best weather. I've been around the world, and I think we take it. It's just the best weather. When it's warm, when it's hot, it does not really get hectic. When it's cold, it's not really the coldest, but then we're just somewhere in between. So it's the weather, it's the people. We're so hospitable, we're so friendly, and if you come, you're going to feel at home. And of course, it's the food. Yeah.
I totally agree with you because, like I say, when I was in Victoria Falls, it was during winter. It was very cold down south Botswana, but when I was in Vic Falls, I was wearing my string top. It was very sunny. Yeah. It was just okay. It was just, somewhere in the middle. So I couldn't sort of like complain about the weather. So I think you're right when it comes to, weather in Zimbabwe.
And when it comes to Botswana, Gaone, what are we eating? Which places are you taking me to?
Okay, I'm going to be very biased here. Somebody who's listening in probably have other, probably favorite food, but I'm all for samp and beans. All right. Do you guys eat samp and beans in Zim?
We're not really big on samp. In Shona we call them manuchu, but then not so big.
All right. I love samp and beans. If you come to Botswana, chances are we'll give you seswa. This is pounded meat. We'll give you morogo, right? And then we'll give you porridge mixed with pumpkin.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You don't sound too excited, Candy.
I would like to try, Gaone. I'm definitely going to try. So, in Botswana, like, what's up for Africa Day? What are we doing? What's happening? How are you celebrating Africa Day?
All right. The thing about Africa Day, and especially in our industry, what we do normally is we come to work dressed up in, different African themes. We wear, African attires. We play African music. We eat different African cuisines. I know that different restaurants that offer, different African cuisines. Somebody says, and alcohol as well. Africans, right?
And the drinks.
And the drinks, my darling. So for somebody who wants to visit Zim, what do we have as a staple in Zimbabwe?
In terms of food?
Yeah.
So we have our sadza, which is like corn. I think in South Africa they call it pap, but then ours tastes very different in a good way. And we have our beef and veggies. That mixture is called haifridzi. And we have the intestines of the cows, maguru, ne matumbu. So it's just like different things. Amatlimbi, the caterpillar.
Oh my God.
Yes.
We call it Masonja up North Botswana, and down south is Pani.
Oh, interesting.
Right. And one thing that I've always found to be, intriguing about, the way in which you cook pap. We cook pap for like an hour and a half here in Botswana. You guys are so fast. Like, the water boils, you put it in there, and then in less than 5 minutes it's done. Oh, was I so dreams wherever I was?
I think that's more of South African pap. Ours, we let it simmer and we let it boil for some time. I think we're almost like you.
Take?
But then not an hour, 30 minutes. I think for hours it takes like, I'm not sure how long, guys. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, yeah.
Yes. All right, awesome stuff. Now, V Candy, let me just ask you this. I mean, you are literally the host of a mid-morning delight, the Zimbabwean version, which you call
the Morning Galaxy.
Morning Galaxy.
Yes.
All right. So, my listeners, when they come to Zim and are listening to Morning Galaxy, what is Morning Galaxy all about?
So we're all about self-improvement. We're all about just your mental health. We're about your physical health. Just holistic, your spirituality, the fashion, and the fitness. It's just a mixed bag of what makes you a holistic human being. And a lot of laughs.
This is very interesting, Weekend, because it's almost like you are talking about the mid-morning delight.
Tell me about the mid-morning delight, Gaone.
All right, if you're in Zim and you're traveling to B-Dub, just listen to Gabz FM. We're available at www.gabzfm.com, or if you're in Gabz City, it's 96.2. If you're coming in, obviously through Francistown, you can catch us on 96.8. That's in Francistown and surrounding areas. And really, the mid-morning delight is all about, great conversations. We're all about great music. We have a little bit of climate action. We have a bit of dance sessions. We have today, we actually, on Wednesdays, we celebrate women. You know how it's like on social media. Wednesdays, we have hashtag WCW. So on Wednesdays, we celebrate women across all sectors. And normally on Wednesday, we would have just that one woman who we invite to the show, and we just chit-chat with them, we profile them, and we just look at where they come from and where they're going. We also have I think this is like one of the best segments on the show. It's called the Freedom Square. This is what happens.
Yeah.
So on the Freedom Square, because literally, Africa has its own issues, all right? And Africans are literally always complaining about this and about that. But of course, let me not take away of the fact that we're also such a happy and vibey continent. So during the Freedom Square, it happens every day between 10:15 and 10:30. We just open up our phone lines and just people call in, they complain, they're happy about this and that. And today, this is what is currently trending. Botswana is currently receiving over 100 cows from the USA. You can imagine. It's getting political at some point. Others are happy because, farming is all about, exploring this and that. So you can just imagine the mood around all of that. So we sort of like look at some of the trending issues here in B-Dub. So really, Mid-Morning Delight is a best of both worlds. It brings you music, it brings you great conversations and everything in between.
Oh, interesting, girl. We need to tune in as well.
All right. How do we tune into Star FM?
So you can tune in via Radio Garden. You can also tune in via our website, www.starfm.co.zw. So you can actually catch us online as well. Yeah.
All right. And what are we going to be doing on Africa Day?
So on Africa Day, in Zimbabwe, there are different activities lined up. And we also have different concerts and gigs that are happening. We have Nathaniel Bassi, who's coming from Nigeria. So it's something to look out for that's happening tomorrow. We also have UB40. So it's really people picking what they want. And of course...
Wait, what? Say that again. You have UB40?
Yes, they're in town.
Okay, FOMO.
Real FOMO, I know. So they are in town. So you just have to pick. And tomorrow is a holiday. As Zimbabweans, we love to go out. We love to eat and to dine. So it'll be a lot of that. And, just enjoying Zimbabwean cuisine tomorrow. And just a laid-back day and just embracing being African. But this has been really good, Gaone. Thank you so much for making time. And happy to hear what's happening in Botswana.
All right, awesome stuff. Thank you so much to the Morning Galaxy all the way in Zim, Star FM. Shout out to you guys. You guys are doing a great job. I was actually listening to Star FM the whole of yesterday after my boss said, you know what, you're going to be crossing over to Zimbabwe. I was like, what? You know what? I should check them out. Definitely. You guys are doing an amazing job. Shout out to you and happy Africa Day in advance.
Oh, shout out to you and shout out to you, Gabz FM, Botswana. Thank you, Gaone. We'll catch up with you.
Awesome stuff.